All right, let's get into our health topic today is about brain fog. So what are the reasons for brain fog? A lot of people describe it like just can't think clearly. Maybe they lose their train of thought quite often. They walk into a room and they can't remember why they went in there. A lot of people are convinced that that's just part of getting old. I push back on that. So here are 7 reasons why you might be experiencing brain fog and how to fix them. Number 1, blood sugar imbalance. I know you've probably heard about brain freeze from ice cream, right? But have you ever heard of brain fog from ice cream, from a sugar overload? Because that is a real thing. Spikes and crashes from high carb, low protein meals can leave you in brain fog. Glucose is your brain's primary fuel, but too much or too little will disrupt your cognition. So make sure you're getting 30 to 55, I say 30 to 55 of grams of protein per meal. And you want to avoid these naked carbs. Pair every carbohydrate with protein or fat to stabilize your blood sugar. I'm talking about, super processed carbs like pasta, bread, those types of things. Your low carbohydrate meals are your best bet for balancing brain fog. So, vegetables, green beans, spinach, keep the veggies in there. I'm not one that goes for just all carnivore. I believe that you need volume and fiber. It supports your gut microbiome and also helps you maintain satiety throughout the day with volume. Number 2, chronic stress, high cortisol. A lot of people are dealing with this. Ongoing stress floods your body with cortisol, which shrinks the hippocampus. That's your memory center, and it reduces focus and the ability to recall. So incorporating stress management tools daily. We've talked a lot about your vagus nerve, right? Activating your vagus nerve. Also, sunlight, right? Early morning sunlight, grounding to the earth, right? Making sure that you are getting time away from a stressful input, right? Some people are like, well, I worked all day, but then what'd you do when you got home? Well, I sat on the couch and scrolled my phone. Okay. Well, scrolling your phone is constant input. And whether you think it's stressing you out or not, it definitely is because you're seeing it. And we're never wired for this much input, right? Look at this. These people are fighting in Walmart. Now you're looking at this thing. Now you're looking at this shooting. Now you're looking at, the politics. And now you're looking at this injustice. And now that injustice. It's all input, and it's all creating a chemical response in your body on a endless loop when you're scrolling. That's why I call it the portal, because it literally sucks you down the portal into the portal, and it just programs your mind because you're just watching it. I love the people that say, well, I'm not really that stressed. Are you living in the world? It's it's become a normal thing for you is what has happened. And that's not necessarily good. So you got to incorporate regulatory tools like deep breathing, like I mentioned, activating your vagus nerve with that little breath program that Terry Fox shared with us a few weeks back is just wonderful, right? Just the breath until it triggers a yawn. It's a fantastic way to kind of get a reset, right? A reset. Also, adaptogens. Get into a stress relief complex, right? A daily supplement that can help you regulate your stress. Gentle movements like walking and stretching. It isn't always the right remedy to work out really hard. Especially as we get older. When we're younger, we can take that kind of, intensity. But as we get older, you may be over exercising to the point where you're just contributing to higher cortisol levels. So check in with that. I'm not saying don't push yourself, but I'm saying how much are you pushing yourself and how often? It could be a variable in keeping your stress levels high. Poor sleep. Oh my gosh, this is so underestimated. Sleep is when your brain detoxifies. It also consolidates memory. So even one night of fragmented sleep or insufficient sleep can impair cognition. Just one night. You've got to aim for 7 to 9 hours of uninterrupted sleep. You need to support sleep naturally if you have to. You can use magnesium. Right? Magnesium is a wonderful thing. And then, of course, we also have many tools on our website that are all natural and promote sleep. Things like Rest and Rewind with some 5-HTP and lemon balm. There are tools that you can use, but ultimately you want to get yourself to a place where you have good practice with your sleep hygiene, and sleeping is something that you do not struggle with. It is a communication from your body if you are struggling with sleep. It's a communication telling you, hey, you got to change something. You know, a lot of people waking up 2-3 o'clock in the morning every single night. That's an indication that you're dumping cortisol at the wrong time. Cortisol is what wakes us up in the morning. Okay, so add some light. Get that circadian rhythm back on track. Sit in the light, especially in the morning. The real light. Yeah, the red light's cool and stuff. I use a red light as well for inflammation control and whatnot. But, you know, the good old sunshine, you can't beat it. You cannot beat it. Inflammation. So silent or even gut-driven inflammation, especially in the gut, can produce cytokines that cross the blood-brain barrier, clouding your cognition. So gut health, hand in hand with brain fog. Goes hand in hand with brain fog. So support your gut health. Of course, Good Brew is our recommended prebiotic, probiotic in one. Everybody loves Good Brew, and it works fantastic. So you got to focus on an anti-inflammatory diet, whole food diet, and of course, support your gut health with a probiotic like Good Brew. Nutrient deficiencies can also cause brain fog. Vitamin B. Man, a lot of people experiencing low vitamin B levels. Maybe you get a little tingling in your hands and feet or down your legs, little feelings like, hey, is that neuropathy or what? It might be low vitamin B. You got to look into that. Vitamin D is a great thing to supplement with because everybody seems to be deficient in vitamin D. Again, get your sunshine. Magnesium, a lot of people are deficient in that. Omega-3s. This can all cause fatigue and even mood swings and poor concentration along with your brain fog. So you got to use a comprehensive nutrient base. You want to get on, your old multivitamin. There was a purpose for that. There was a purpose for a multivitamin. It is a thing. If you're not on one, you should be on one. You want to use a comprehensive one. Definitely you want to get those B vitamins in there. Dehydration can also be an issue when it comes to brain fog. And people say, I drink so much water. I drink a gallon of water. But are you taking it with electrolytes? Everybody say, demonizes salt, which we now know that's not a thing either. Don't demonize salt. You need salt. Turns out you need salt to even hydrate. Right. And so if you're not using electrolytes, it may be that water's just going straight through you. So even mild dehydration, so a 1 to 2% loss can reduce brain performance, impair memory, and create a sense of fogginess, especially people who just naturally are prone to sweating. You're losing a lot. I'm kind of a sweaty girl. I've been running for so long, and I make sure I take my electrolytes every day. Because magnesium deficiency has been a thing for me in the past. Again, probably because I'm kind of a sweaty girl. I've been working out and being active my whole life. Also, toxins and mold exposure. Chronic exposure to mold, heavy metals, or household toxins can impair mitochondrial function and cognitive clarity. So reduce your chemical exposure. Go no tox. If you need help, text me 720-303-8868. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow right here at 3 o'clock.